What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing a Texas Speed headers kit on this truck and a cold air aid intake, and as well a custom tune using HB tuners. I'm going to do like a kind of like a step-by-step kind of video on how to do it. It's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people do it at home. Okay, so I'm going to unbox these for you. That way you can see what all comes inside the Texas Speed headers kit. So this is part of the Y pipe here. I'm gonna put this over my neck, that way it's not flopping around everywhere. That is their new designed Y pipe. It used to be a little bit different, but it's a different design now. And it comes with these beveled clamps. That way you don't have to, they're not slip over. They, well, I guess they kind of are, but the slip over ones get stuck over time, but these are easily removable because I have them in my turbo truck. And I'm always having to remove it and get it back on and remove it, so I know the design works. So that's one reason I like getting these from them, just in case you ever got to do maintenance to your truck, like pull the transmission or something like that. They're easy to take off. You don't got to be smashing and cutting. Oh yeah, as well, on the 2016, I believe 2016 and up, when the body changed, you want to get these extension harnesses. I always get two. I think you can get away with one, but it's better to just do two. Everything looks more symmetrical, and you get everything out of the way, of the hot exhaust. Because the stock ones won't reach, and I think on the 14 to 15 models they barely reach. So I always order them with any headers I do. But 16 to 18, for sure you're gonna need these. I'm not too sure about 19. I haven't done a 19 yet, but I'm assuming they'll let you know if you need them or not. OEM gaskets, these are hard to come by, so if you can get them at Texas Speed, get them, especially right now, because I called the dealer and they had none in stock. They had one, and that's it. And then these are the stainless bolts that they include for the kit. And this is the cheapest ones they have, not like in quality, but just like I mean, you can get ARPs or other brands, but these are just the starter ones, which they work fine. They're stainless. You don't have to worry about them. This is their 1 7/8 header. You can see back here it's like beveled. That way you can slip that clamp over. They're welded on the inside. So, I got the liner off, as you can see. Next thing I'm going to do is remove all the manifold bolts. First thing I do is I break them loose with a ratchet wrench, a socket and a ratchet wrench, and then I drill them out, or use the drill, or the impact, my bad. But before we do that, I am going to take off the Y pipe, because if you take them off, then the Y pipe is going to be a little bit of a pain to get off. And a note, if you this goes for any GM truck or SUV that has, you know, the manifold accessible right here. If you can't get these bolts off, if you strip them, like on the older vehicles, you can just cut this pipe right here. If you're gonna replace them with headers, you can just cut this pipe right here, and you can get rid of it by just cutting it, and the Y pipe will come out. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that. And down here, down here, this is the manifold, or the catalytic converter Y pipe. You can see it goes over here to that third cat that's unmonitored. So after that third cat, there's a 13mm bolt right there, and you gotta undo it from the top. So first thing I'm gonna do is get that bolt loose, and then I'm gonna get all these bolts loose, which should come out no problem, since the truck is pretty much new and it's got an oil leak. And the truck really has like 40,000 miles. That's concerning. Probably from the oil change. They probably didn't tighten it. But yeah. And then make sure all your O2 sensors are disconnected. That way you're not yanking on wires. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I also forgot to say that you're gonna have to remove the transmission cross member, K member, whatever you want to call it. It's a 21mm on each side. and then I think it's a 15 right in here. So after manhandling it for maybe like half an hour on the ground, I got it out. Next thing is to get the manifold off. Okay, so the driver's side and passenger side headers are on, and now we got to do the Y pipe. You can see here the Y pipe does come with extra bungs, just in case you want to put maybe a air-fuel ratio gauge on each bank. But I'm just gonna tighten these up because they do come loose. I tightened them by hand right now, but they were pretty loose. I mean, you can see there. Want to make sure to tighten them up, or you're gonna have a rattling issue once you start it. All right, so we got the headers on. You can see, I'm gonna show you the fitment all the way around. So they fit perfectly, no rubbing. Over here, got all the bolts tightened up. You can see they're brand new stainless bolts. Same thing on this side. No rubbing whatsoever. It's got perfect clearance. I mean, it's close in some spots, like that little that ground strap right there, but nothing to worry about. And then you can see down here, it's just a really good set of headers, no rubbing issues whatsoever. So I'm gonna get these liners back on, and then we're gonna put the wheels back on and throw on the intake once it gets here. These motherfuckers are crazy. We're gonna put headers on this truck, and they want to do it before and after clip. We're gonna do a little Bernie before. Okay, so we currently have the wheel off and the liner, just like we did on that truck. And then you remove the steering shaft, that way you can get to the bolts, just like we did the other one. Did you already take a couple bolts off on the manifold? What? You already took a couple bolts off on the manifold?
Yeah, it's just
okay.
on by 2.
I was like, wow, this thing's really holding on by 2 bolts.
Hell no, it'd be leaking like a mother.
Easy. He's got brand new rotors and pads too. Yeah. Look at that cross hatching. Wait, before he dropped it off, he was gonna drop it off Monday, and he was like, "Oh, hold up, let me go put an intake on it." So he went to go put an intake on it. More power. Oh fuck, I almost busted my ass. The headers are back on. Got rid of the shitty manifolds. Pretty much a direct fit. Okay, so we got the intake on, or I'm in the process of putting it on. This truck is done and tuned. I have to go test drive it though, but it's a little rainy outside, so we're waiting for the rain to calm down or the streets to get drier. We're gonna go drive this one and go drive that one. Getting this one tuned up. Not gonna reveal the secret sauce. But we'll see how they do. This guy literally came in because he said my truck won't do a burnout. So we're gonna make it do a burnout. Alright, the whole intake is now installed. And we're gonna take the truck out now after we get done flashing it. Tuning this one. It's good to go. Need some exhaust work though. We removed the true duals that had out the back because they weren't compatible with the Texas Speed Y pipe. So, but this one's good to go. So now we're gonna drive that one. Make sure all the parameters are good on it. And we're gonna finish off the video with one last burnout in this truck. Both customers requested for a burnout because they came in because their trucks didn't do a burnout, but now they will.